Yeah, welcome to the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Reviews and reactions. Let's go. It's the Brown Boy Wonder. Hold it down, representing for the culture. Every episode brings you closer into the mind and the heart of a hustler, where the truth and the groove collide. Stay tuned in, come enjoy the ride. Keep it authentic like that, never hold back. It's the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. The Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Subscribe, share, and stay tuned in. The vibe's always on.
This is the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast.
Welcome back to the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Guys, we are back talking about Batman, the animated series, episodes 16 through 20. But before we get in there, let me introduce my guest, of course. He is known as Matt Hagen. It is Daniel. Daniel, how are you doing today?
I don't even remember which character Matt Hagen is.
That's Clayface.
Oh.
He called you Clay.
I'm familiar more with the Basil Carlo, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, of course, my last guest, he is known as Simon Trent. It is Skyler. Skyler, how are you doing today?
Which one was Simon Trent?
That one is the actor who plays Gray Ghost.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay. I do have a question for you, Daniel, before we get into this.
Not me, though. I'll just sit over here.
No, you answered this question last time, Skyler, but...
Play with your fidget toys in the corner.
I don't do that. Daniel, do you remember Batman? He was on part of the show, episode 1.
I'm familiar with Batman, the character Batman.
Yes. He asked us a question. Do you guys want to join the Justice League or the Bat Family? What is your answer?
Pretty sure I answered this in the first episode. Actually, I know for a fact I answered this in the first episode, but I'd rather join the Bat Family.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Justice League got too much going on. I'm not doing all that. I don't want to go to space with those guys.
Yeah, they might smell. There's no deodorant.
They might smell.
Why would you think that there's no deodorant?
They could pack a bag. All right.
I don't know. I just think they might smell up in space. Oh, we don't know how space smells like.
In space, no one can smell you smell.
No. Oh, wait.
Smell doesn't travel in space.
That's science. We all know that.
That's true. I mean, you can't hear anybody screaming, so it makes sense to me.
Yeah, how are you going to hear the smells?
How are you going to hear the smell?
You got to ask my archaeologist. But let's get into...
What does that even mean? Please start the episode. Please start.
Well, let's get it going, guys. Episode 16. It is called Christmas with the Joker.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yes, Merry Christmas. February 6th, 2025, where we're recording. Merry Christmas to all, but it is Christmas Eve, and even the inmates of Arkham Asylum are celebrating.
That's nice.
Yeah, right? They need to have some fun. I know they're bad guys, but we all need to have fun.
I mean, in theory, most of these guys are just mentally ill.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily all criminals, although I don't know why you would put just a normal mental patient in with the Joker, but I mean,
he's a fun guy.
Let's all hang out.
You got to. Well, they're singing jingle bells, and they're setting up the decorations. The Joker is given the golden ornament to put on the top of the
No, he
Christmas
takes
tree.
it. He's not giving it.
Well,
He's like,
yeah.
you give me that.
Yeah, however, as soon as he places on top of the tree, a hidden rocket activates the Joker and rides off to freedom. I would
Alright,
say
so
that's a great exit.
I got a couple questions.
Yeah.
First of all, he starts singing Jingle Bells Batman Smells.
No.
Now, obviously, that's a bit that all kids know.
Mm-hmm.
Is this where that started?
Yeah.
It's not, right?
No, it started here.
No, wait. The timeline doesn't add up because Bart Simpson sings that in the pilot episode of the show, which was before this.
That's true.
I don't know if that makes sense. Why would Bart Simpson sing about Batman? He doesn't even know Batman.
Well, it was Christmas.
It doesn't make any sense.
And it was less about singing about Batman and more about ruining Christmas. Thank you, Bart.
Uh-huh.
Isn't Burt Ward said it back in the 60s? It was a Batman TV show?
Why would he say that about Batman? He loves Batman.
Maybe he was making a joke, like a cruel joke.
All right, well, my second question, because we're clearly not going to get to the bottom of where that started, because no one's going to Google it. But Joker, the tree is a rocket, and he shoots out of the roof and flies away.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
The Pilgrims used to ride those things back home all the time.
Pioneers used to ride these babies for miles. No, Joker is a man of many plans, and I guess he got someone to
help him.
I mean, it doesn't matter. But how did you do it?
I mean, it came out of his ass, right? It was from the bottom.
Excuse me?
What?
Like, didn't he how do you got onto the rocket?
How did he climbed up the tree?
There's a ladder.
He did.
He was putting the star on top. You just said that.
Yeah, I did. That's crazy. Well,
Jingle Bells Batman Smells goes back to the late 60s thanks to the extreme popularity of Adam West Batman and Cesar Romero's Joker. So it did not come from that show. Definitely didn't come from Burt Ward, like you said. But it was a bit from the 60s that because it was the first meme. There you go. Look at that.
Oh, see, Batman, they know the future.
Why are they so mean to Batman?
Yeah. Well, but if you think about it, the Batman animated series takes place in a nebulous sort of 30s fashion style. So actually that comes before the 60s and therefore it originated here.
Ooh,
so checkmate.
All right. You won.
Who are you checkmating?
Obviously you.
All right.
Well, meanwhile, back at the Batcave, Robin tries to convince Batman to kick back and relax as there's no need for them to go out on Christmas. Batman believes otherwise since Joker has escaped. Robin makes a deal with Batman. If they go out on patrol and find no sign of the Joker, they will return home and watch It's a Wonderful Life. Batman agrees, and the duo heads out.
So, the way we've been watching chronologically, this is Robin's first appearance.
Yes.
He's just kind of there. Like there's no nothing. He just shows up. It's like he was on vacation the first 20 episodes or whatever we're at.
No. I know exactly what's going on here.
Oh.
Homeboy goes to college.
Oh.
He's away at school, and it's Christmas. He's home for the holidays.
Perfect. Well,
no, he's too rich to go to college.
No, rich people go to college all the time. It's the rest of us that can't.
They don't have to go to college.
They don't have to, but they do.
Also, like, does he ever get a job?
He's Nightwing.
That's not a job.
It is. He becomes a cop or something.
That's technically illegal. He only becomes a cop when he becomes an amnesiac and then just calls himself Grayson.
Well, this is our first introduction of Dick Grayson, Robin. What's your guys' thoughts of his look here in the show?
He's very good.
I mean, he's Robin. Yeah, it's pretty iconic, straightforward Robin. I mean, think about this though, right? His debut, at least as far as we're watching, is a Christmas episode. And what are Robin's colors? Red and green.
Wow.
Got him.
He loves Christmas. Good. He's a Christmas hero. Hero of Christmas. He just wants to watch Wonderful Life. Jimmy Stewart.
You guys might be mad at me.
You've never seen It's a Wonderful
I'm
Life?
pretty much
I've
always
never
mad
seen.
at you.
I've never seen It's a Wonderful Life.
Well, I think you get the pass because you don't celebrate Christmas, actually. You love the Christmas season.
Yeah.
And the fact that you've gone out of your way to watch as many Christmas movies as you have is
Yeah.
already quite special.
Well, but I
It's a
would
Wonderful Life is
say
good.
your favorite movie is Jingle All the Way, and that is a Christmas movie.
It is.
So like you're in the circle of Christmas movies, and
Yeah.
you've seen like 4 billion movies. It's a weird one to have missed.
It is. Wait, when it came out, like 1949?
I don't
Ish.
know. It came out when
It
Santa
came
did.
out like right after World War II.
I think so.
It's a Wonderful Life. 1946,
Oh, close. Okay.
which is exactly what I said.
I do want to say this whole bit here that Robin has, where he's like, "Oh, if we don't see it, like it's Christmas, no one is going to do any crimes. We should just take the day off." It reminds me a lot of a short comic book story that came out well after, but it was called, I think it was like A Night Without Sirens or something. And what it was, like on Christmas Eve, there just is no crime for some reason, right? They're sitting at the police station. It's a story mostly about Gordon just like having his faith in humanity restored, basically. And they just sit there and hang out with the cops, and the phone doesn't ring, and they're like, is the phone wrong? Like, this is Gotham. We have to check that the phone lines are fine. Like, they go on patrol and they don't see anything. There's no crime going on. And then, of course, it turns out that at the end of the day, it was that Batgirl had called in Supergirl to just like take care of all the crimes super fast, so that they could like pretend that the criminals didn't do it. So it's like her Christmas gift to her dad. It's really sweet. It's like one of my favorite Christmas comics.
I like that.
And it's like 5 pages.
That's fun.
What's the name of the comic?
I'm pretty sure it's called A Night Without Sirens.
Okay.
Night
I'll look that up.
Without.
I'll look that up then. It sounds like a sweet story.
Yeah, it's really, really short though. I think it's literally 4 or 5 pages.
What? No, Google doesn't help anymore. It's all AI slop. So
Ugh.
it's
Well-
telling me about ambulances, which I mean, I guess is fair.
Yeah.
Now with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay.
Well, all seems
A Day Without Sirens.
it's
Close.
a little bit close.
All right. continue.
All seems quiet in Gotham for a change, and Robin is convinced that they aren't needed. Batman is his usual self, seeing a man running after a rich woman and believing that she's going to be robbed. He heads out after them. However, the man calls to the woman and tells her that she dropped her package a couple blocks ago, or back, and returns it to her. Robin asks to go home, and Batman silently swings off. Robin, referring to Batman, remarks he could give lessons to Scrooge.
That's not true. Batman likes Christmas. He's just busy.
Yeah. I also want to say that the snow in this episode is like it's so beautiful to look at.
It's very Christmassy.
Yeah.
I think this is it's good to show like Batman. He doesn't take days off.
I mean on Christmas.
No, I mean in theory, there's at least one guy that's gonna do something bad out here, right? Calendar Man.
Oh yeah.
Although I don't believe Calendar Man ever appears in this show. He might appear in Justice League. I don't remember.
He's great in the game or in the Arkham game.
I think that's one of the scarier portrayals of him. Very good.
Okay.
Arkham got a lot of good stuff.
Is he supposed to be more goofy?
No.
Well,
The
no,
only
he's
other
not
place
supposed
that
to be
he's
goofy.
Yeah, he's like kind of a joke because he's generally pretty lame. But his other major appearances in Long Halloween, and he's pretty spooky in that too.
Yeah, just serial killer vibes.
Yeah,
Is what
he's.
you're
I mean,
supposed
in
to
Long
go for.
Halloween, he's literally supposed to be like Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'd rather not face him than I'd rather face the Condiment Man.
Condiment Man?
I would much rather face the Condiment King.
King. That's his
Condiment
name.
King? All right. Well, here's the thing, though, right? what if Calendar Man, who attacks people on holidays, and he teamed up with the Condiment King on Ramadan, and he's chasing you around trying to spray like mustard in your mouth?
Yeah,
That's messed up.
Yeah, that's messed up. They didn't go to jail.
That's a hate
messed
crime.
up.
Is what it is.
Oh, that's a huge hate crime. Shout out to Ramadan. It's coming out in 1 month. Not coming out.
It's coming out.
Yeah.
New Ramadan just dropped, everybody.
Big debut.
Big debut, March 1st for sure. Now back at Wayne Manor, Dick and Bruce wait for dinner and turn on the TV. However, they discovered that It's a Wonderful Life isn't on. Also, we see Robin wearing his sweater vest, his iconic sweater vest.
It's a big nerd.
I thought that was like I feel like that's a Robin like go-to outfit, I'll say. Because I do love a good sweater vest.
This Robin is a good blend of like what a modern day Robin is kind of, because Robin is young and can be angsty, and he'll get angsty in the show at certain points, but he still has that harkening back to like the early like 30s time period type deal. He has that Burt Ward energy of like, I mean, he's not going gee Willikers Batman, but he's wearing a sweater vest. You know, he's still he's a good boy doing his homework.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, instead they find that the Joker has hijacked the television waves and has a special force for Batman. Joker shows a tank with a giant Santa Claus on crashing through the city. The show is announced to be Christmas with the Joker. Batman and Robin instantly work to find the Joker's location by checking point located around the city. Joker continues his show and shows everyone his stolen family, the awful, lawful family. Commissioner Gordon, it has Commissioner Gordon, Summer Gleason, and our favorite Harvey Bullock.
Baby lawful.
Claiming that he doesn't have a family of his own, and yet relatives are boring. We see these three guys, as a hostage, and we see Harvey Bullock always eating something, and this time it is a candy cane.
He's being forcibly fed a candy cane.
Yeah, Joker is canonically a feeder.
Ooh. You know what's funny? He has like a fake studio audience of like cardboard cutouts of various characters, Batman, and there's even Gordon and Bullock in the crowd. There's also Harvey Dent, not Two-Face, but Harvey Dent. So
he made it pre-crisis.
He's he was in prison. He doesn't know yet.
No,
he doesn't know what's happened to Harvey.
No, especially last time because he's kind of crazy now. Joker tells Batman that he can have them if he can find them by midnight. If he fails, they will die. Classic. However, before Batman and Robin can reach him, Joker reveals Laffy, his own Christmas elf. Do you guys like Laffy here?
His hand?
His hand, yeah.
Am I a big fan of Joker's hand?
Yeah.
I mean, he's fine. I'll take it or leave it.
Do you think Joker and Laffy were ever in a relationship?
Yes.
Big time.
Canonically.
Big time.
Mr. J's not feeling himself right now. Well, actually he is, but that's not what I meant.
Laffy gives that hawk Tua.
No!
Censor that.
Censor that. You know, I don't censor anything. It's explicit for all these episodes.
Oh, no.
You're going to wish that you didn't make that statement.
All right, guys. I'm going to bed. See you later.
Well, before you do, Laffy and the Joker explain that they will blow up the rail bridge just in time for the 11:30 train to arrive. Summer becomes agitated and explains that her mother is on that train. I would say, everyone loves the Joker, but this situation is crazy.
Where are all these people going? It's Christmas. They're all coming into town to spend the holiday with their families. and they're taking
Yeah.
the train. Is it a
Well, on the
high-speed
day?
rail from Metropolis or something?
I guess, but on the day of Christmas?
I mean,
Well, it's night, right?
people travel on Christmas all the time. To be fair,
That's true.
So,
That is true. Well, Batman and Robin go to the train, and while Batman goes after the engineer, Robin uncouples the passenger's car. The tasks are simple enough, and they save the passengers.
it's a good team up. Very smart. You could tell that if this was the first episode that they had made with Robin, they're like, well, we're introducing Robin. We need to show them accomplish something together. Robin needs to show that he's useful. It's not, Robin gets kidnapped every week type deal. So the fact that he successfully uncouples the train car while Batman saves another guy, it's good. Good teamwork. Like it.
It's good teamwork. It just reminds me of the old cartoon in the 60s. Not the live action, but the cartoon of Batman and Robin. Justice Friends, is that what it's called?
When they team up with Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, around there, I guess. It's kind of like that.
But yeah, sure.
Yeah. Well, afterwards, they pinpoint the source of Joker's signal, the observatory of Mount Gotham. I have never seen that before. I think that's new to me, at least.
An
I don't know if there was.
observatory?
In Gotham? They never mentioned that.
Yeah, it's where they filmed that scene in La La Land.
Oh. Emma
True.
Stone. Poor things. However, when they reach it, I already said this is an explicit episode.
Calm down.
They find that Joker simply left a transmitter there and replaced the observatory telescope with a cannon.
That's awesome. So when this first happened, because it looks like a telescope, and then it just starts blasting. I was like, how the hell is he doing this? He turned a tree into a rocket ship. He turned a telescope, but then we get a shot inside, and it's like an artillery cannon. I'm like, oh, that's cool, actually.
I think he's more of an engineer than whoever he is. We think he is.
No,
yeah, I mean, he made a tree rocket. That's got to count for something.
All right. Well, first of all, this is a cartoon. It doesn't actually matter. But if you need to bring some sort of logic to it, I think that all these super villains, they rob banks all the time, and then Joker uses all that money he's stolen to hire whatever kind of construction he needs to do these bits.
Yeah,
because Joker's bits are always the most elaborate.
that is true.
And he set this up. This is entirely just a trap, just to get Batman here because he has an artillery cannon and thought the funniest place to hide it would be inside an observatory.
He is very creative. I didn't think of that. At least in these, he was pretty creative in the episode where he was the kid was looks like an adult. Jekko, the clown, be a clown.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, he was a little creative there too. So
he was just working with what he had. He was at his current hideout, which had magic trick stuff in it, and he was like, "All right, I'll just lean into this." But here, he really got to spread his wings on this one.
Oh, definitely. Batman draws the fire of the cannon while Robin runs to disable it. Unfortunately, the outer controls are ruined, and the cannon starts firing crazy parts of Gotham. Inside, Robin finds that there are several Joker statues with guns for hands. These statues give Robin trouble, but he's finally able to disable the cannon with an explosive. Unfortunately, they are no closer to finding the Joker's hideout and saving the hostages. Joker, of course, doesn't want to face Christmas without Batman and sends a broadcast of Summer Gleason opening a present, a Betty Blooper doll. Do you guys remember this doll?
It's not a real doll.
It's fake.
Okay,
it's a play on Betty Boop. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Warner Brothers.
So I looked it up. I was like, okay, I remember the doll at least. I don't know if they still make
what doll?
That doll. I've seen that. Or maybe I'm thinking Bratz.
Bratz.
I don't think
Bratz looks like that.
This is episode 105. You need to reel yourself in. You are unhinged and just saying nonsense.
Excuse me. Well, Betty Booper doll.
I before we get too far, I want to point out that Robin wears a wristwatch under his glove.
Did he?
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah,
hmm.
he like pulls his glove back to check the wristwatch. He's like, "Oh, Batman, look at the time. We're running out. They're gonna kill those cops."
Oh, that's a very Robin of him to do.
Yeah.
I'll say. Well,
I'm gonna
Batman.
take over the show. I'm gonna have to host from here because Abrar's lost it.
No, I think because of Joker, he got me on my hinges. But don't worry, I'm here. Batman realizes that the doll could only have come from the Lafco toy factory. The factory has been closed down for 14 years, and that's where Joker's hideout has been. Batman and Robin makes their way to the hideout, and Joker is more than ready. He plays the song "Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies" from the Nutcracker Suite. This is the song goes. Da, 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 da. Is that wait? Yeah,
That's exactly how it goes. In fact,
Yeah.
you might get copyright striked for that.
Oh, don't listen to me. But that is a very classic song, at least for Christmas.
Yes, I think that's fair to say.
Yeah. I don't
And
think
then
they
there's
play
big
Home Alone.
Nutcracker robots.
Yeah, they nut cracks.
Excuse you.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
In the spite of their size, the soldiers are easily to defeat. Just then, the song switches to the Russian dance, and the toy planes fly after the duo. This is a song you hear from James Bond, I believe. Like one of the old Sean Connery movies.
I don't remember this specifically ever playing in James Bond. But okay.
Well, Batman grabs up a baseball bat and smashes them. While
Batman. They
Yeah,
don't call
yeah.
you Batman for nothing.
Hey.
Robert
pretty good.
Pattinson did the same thing.
Oh, yes, he did. While Robin catches the rest in a oil barrel.
God.
Oh, I think you messed me up with the Hawk-Tua there. And now I'm going crazy. This is the first
Now
episode.
you're going crazy.
Just as the planes are finished off, machine gun shoots the snipers of the snipers shooting at the duo. Batman races up towards them at the side of the giant teddy bears and hides. The snipers are confused by the disappearance until they see his cape and they start firing. To their surprise, they find that it was only a big giant teddy bear they shot at. The bear falls over and pins them down.
It's a heavy bear.
Yeah, a huge bear. There's a lot of action based in this episode of a Christmas episode, which is needed.
They did cram a lot of action into this one. And it's cool.
Yeah, I
fun.
like it. With Joker's men and traps down, the duo sets out to find him, but he reveals himself. His hostages are dangling over a vent of molten plastic, and Joker threatens to drop them, and if Batman doesn't come in time. Batman takes the present and opens it, and it discovers a spring-loaded pie inside.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Joker says, take this present, and Robin's like, Batman, don't open it. But Batman opens it. He knows what's in there. Like
Yeah.
Why'd he do it? He's just like, this will be funny. I'll give Joker this one. Put the work in.
Usually doesn't. But have you guys happened to you guys? Like,
If I open a present and a spring-loaded pie blast me in the face,
or like someone like smashes you with like cake or with a pie?
no.
It happened. Someone smushed cake to my face in my like 10th birthday. I didn't like that.
Was it a bully? Was it your dad?
I think it was my mom.
It was your dad.
No.
Your dad picked you up, and Alabama slammed you into your birthday cake.
Oh
smashing
God.
the table.
We
We know what kind of man your father is.
in variations, I'll say yes. But not like that. Joker has a laugh and cuts the rope holding his hostages. Fortunately, Batman saves them and goes after the Joker. Joker manages to evade the Batman for a while, but trips on a roller skate and almost falls into the vat. Batman saves him and bids him a Merry Christmas.
I think
And
Joker put that roller skate there. It's just continuing part of the bit. Like Batman let the pie hit his face, so Joker was like, "All right, I'll let Batman catch me. I'll go back to prison. It's not like I won't get out."
he's a crazy guy. Oh, I mean, he would just go to jail just for the fun of it.
Yeah, I
That's
think he's
the
just
Joker.
extending the bit. It's all part of the joke.
Yeah.
Also, Batman caught 3 grown adults, one of which was Harvey Bullock, in his arms and stuck the landing.
He
What the hell?
he
That's monster strength.
I don't think Superman can do that, but Batman can.
Superman would just let Harvey fall.
Superman could definitely do that.
Superman would drink the molten plastic.
He
Yeah,
would
that's
simply fly backwards around the Earth until he wasn't falling.
That's true. Well, Joker simply says, "Bug humbug," something like that. Later, Bruce and Dick finish watching a recording of "It's a Wonderful Life," and Bruce says he has to admit it has its moments.
What do you what do you think of Bruce's screening room here? His theater,
Oh.
his home theater.
I want that. You got
like-
you got a big screen. You got a projector going. You only watch old movies with that in that room. That's it.
Yeah.
Like you only watch the monster movies, Frankenstein, Wolfman.
No,
You only watch those type of movies.
Why only monster movies? I
That's
feel like you could watch lots of old timey movies.
Go.
What?
Casablanca.
Casablanca.
Thank you. That one.
All right. All right.
Well, we need to know their letterbox
Great
reviews. The Great Escape. We need to know Batman and Robin's letterbox review for It's a Wonderful Life. What do you think they gave it? Like a 5 out of 5? 4 out of 4?
Robin gave it 5 stars. Bruce gave it probably like 3.5 or a 4. That's my guess.
Yeah, I can see that. Maybe Robin just you can press the like button. You just press that. No rating.
Oh,
I don't like when people do that. Just give me your rating.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Joker spends his Christmas alone in his cell, crackling to himself.
Seems appropriate.
Yes. This was Christmas with the Joker. Is it a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Thumbs up. Great Christmas episode. Pretty good Joker episode. I love that Robin's here. Got good action, good teamwork. Classic. Batman the Animated Series episode. Not one of like the deeper episodes.
No.
I think we get to deeper, more impactful episodes in this group that we're going to be talking about. But I think it's a good, fun time. Thumbs up.
All right. What about you, Daniel?
I'm like really close in the middle.
Oh.
I don't think it's great. I think it's like kind of fine. I think I'm just gonna give it a thumbs down because it just feels like it doesn't like forward anything. I don't think it really does anything. It's just like an episode that exists and you're like, okay, yeah, sure. But I don't like if I was telling somebody about the show and I was thinking of like these are the episodes you should watch, this one would never cross my mind.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. It's like more of what like a casual audience would think, like what a cartoon Batman show would be. It would probably be like this, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I meant by it's not very deep. Like other
Right.
than stopping the Joker, there's nothing really to go on. Unless you dig into the Batman working on Christmas bit, which
Yeah.
really once he's vindicated in that the Joker is out there causing trouble, then that kind of like ends. He's like, well, I knew it. So
Yeah, a little bit.
but yeah, I don't know. I still think it's fun.
I think it's okay too for me. It's a thumbs up for me. Interesting fact for this episode: Joker's impromptu version of Jingle Bells at the beginning of the episode was later referenced in Batman: Arkham Origins.
Yeah, it was. But again, I think we've traced that back to the 60s.
Yeah,
So
but it is in that game. Not the best game of the Arkham series, but
do you remember the part that happens? You're like interrogating. I don't remember if it's a Riddler goon or if it's one of like the escaped convicts from the end.
yeah,
You grab the guy and you like pin him up, and he's like giggling to himself. And he's like, "Jingle bells, Batman smells." And then Batman, voiced by Sonic the Hedgehog, just goes, "No," and then knocks his lights out. Just absolutely sucker punches him. Fantastic.
Jeez. I'll play those games for sure. For sure,
I agree. Origins isn't the best, but it's still fun.
It's still
really
fun. It's not City or Asylum.
Yeah, that series is such that it can be the worst one and still be really good.
Yeah, I agree.
Origins is where Jason Todd is in it, right?
Nope.
Nope, that's
No,
nice.
that's Night.
And that's a spoiler.
Oh, excuse me. Pretend I didn't say that. All right, let's get into the next episode here. Episode 17, not the movie, not the 2006 movie, but it's called See No Evil. In somewhat rundown suburb of Gotham City, a window of a house opens, seemingly of its own accord, and then a deep voice wakens a young girl sleeping in her bedroom, Kimmy. She wakes up and greets her friend Mojo. To her delight, Invisible Hands plays a gold locket
He
around her
don't
neck.
get hype. He stay hype.
Not that Mojo Raleigh. Hopefully he's doing well. Mojo promises to bring a pearl necklace when he visits Kimmy. Kimmy mentions that she and her mother plan to move away, and there's a shock in Mojo's voice. And then Kimmy's mother shows up, Helen, and asking Kimmy, "Who are you talking to, sucker?" She didn't say sucker. Little lady. Kimmy says Mojo, and Helen chuckles, thinking her daughter has an imaginary friend.
So you know what I think is neat about this already?
Yeah.
There's a kid in this episode, and she looks like a kid.
Yes. Finally. Oh man, what's the mayor's son's name?
I don't know, but I hope we never see him again.
No, please. That kid is a terrible person. But yes, we finally we get a kid who looks like a kid. Good. So far it's like 3 minutes into the episode. I counted, and it already got me hooked into this episode. I think I mentioned before that I love old monster movies, and
this is Batman meets the Invisible Man. That's
yeah,
like just I'm sure that's exactly word for word how it was pitched. This episode.
it's perfect because in the old monster movies they always had that collaboration, like Frankenstein, Wolfman, or Invisible Man, or whatever. So it's
Abbott and Costello. You watch that on Bruce Wayne's screening room. How about that?
Oh,
Abbott
I
and
will.
Costello meets Frankenstein, whichever.
yes, but yeah, I already did this episode already. Daniel, are you already hooked into this?
To the Invisible Man?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. I just whatever. I don't know. It's like we're
have you
like
seen the
5
Invisible Man
seconds
movie?
in.
I don't
Oh
know,
no,
but
I
like,
didn't see that movie.
Okay.
Was that what the question was? Did you see recent-ish horror movie The Invisible Man? Because no, I
no,
didn't see the
I'm
werewolf.
not talking about the remake. I'm talking about the old school, the 1940s.
Oh, also no,
Ah,
especially no, perhaps.
damn.
Can I just say
Thank you.
something
Yeah.
about the Invisible Man, the original one?
Yes.
It is mostly a really good movie, but there's a character in it, an older lady, and her entire job is just to constantly scream and be the most annoying person ever.
Hell yeah,
Holy
dude.
hell.
Yes. Oh, that I recommend everyone to watch the old school one.
And just so
So
you
then-
know, you said the 40s. Invisible Man is actually 1933.
Thank you. I mean, they made sequels, right?
There have been multiple Invisible Men movies.
Yes. But yeah, most
like
of the
the
monster
League
movies.
of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Hey, Buster.
No,
that
no.
wasn't the Invisible Man. That was an Invisible Man. We
Yeah.
can't get sued that way.
Man, Sean Connery, come back from retirement. That can't be your last movie.
He's dead.
Oh no, yeah, I forgot.
Come back from hell, dude.
Hey, come on.
Oh, I
You
forgot.
don't know he's in hell. He only hit women a few times.
Oh no.
That's true.
Well, never mind. The next day, a man, Lloyd Ventrick, enters the men's room at a jewelry expo and covers himself in a sheath of gray material. Not matter, material. He
think
presses.
Well, they're
he
probably
press-
correct here.
Yeah. He presses a button on his watch and becomes invisible. He then walks outside and proceeds to lift jewelries off the displays in plain sight, making people to stare and baffled. Bruce Wayne happens to be attending this expo, and after a quick costume change, a real quick one,
Very quick.
takes off the Invisible Man. He corners him at a construction site and throws a can of paint at him to reveal his form. However, Ventrix touches his watch again, and then the paint burns away, making him invisible again. He taunts Batman.
What about this construction worker that's witnessing all this happen? He's on his little lunch break, eating his big bologna sandwich.
He's off the clock. He doesn't have to care. He goes, I'm not getting paid enough for this.
Absolutely not.
He taunts Batman, who is unable to follow his voice because of the echoes caused by the site's narrow walls, and then gives him a sound beating before slipping away. We get a glimpse of the Invisible Man, or of this character. Where's your guys' thoughts on this guy?
He's crazy.
He has bad skin.
Yeah, he has acne.
He's got some acne scars going on.
Got some acne. It's cool that he uses his watch to become invisible again. It's like something you see in the futuristic movie.
I wonder, do you think the acne or the face scar thing is it meant to just be that we can like identify him quickly as young children watching the show, like, oh, there's the bad guy. He doesn't just look like any other guy. Or later we learn that the suit that he's wearing, the material, is toxic. So maybe that's doing it to his skin?
Maybe. I can see that.
Possible.
Yeah, I can see that. That might be a solution.
We'd have to examine that one family picture and see if he already had bad skin in it.
That's a good
true.
point.
We'll find out. Well, back
Cut to it in the video. Cut to it on the YouTube short.
No, bro doesn't edit this.
Zoom in on it.
I'm editing it right now. You can see his acne face. Hopefully.
Got his ass. Now he has to edit.
No, I will do it. I will do it.
I bet he won't.
No, I won't do it. Back at his hideout, Ventrix becomes visible again, and then empties his loot. Looking at a photo of Kimmy, he says bitterly, excuse me, he also doesn't like his wife, Helen, of course, his ex-wife. But he's taking his daughter, she is taking her daughter away from him. And he vows he won't let her go. He does this sinister face he made when he said that. He's a scary guy.
Yeah, he's very spooky.
Yeah. Is that acne? For those who have acne right now, sorry. Get help.
Get help. For those of you who have acne, you're fine. All right.
I'm joking.
We understand.
It
It happens, all right?
Your face
Unless
just
your
blows up.
acne was caused by a toxic invisibility suit, in which case you are a supervillain.
If you're stalking your ex-wife and gonna kidnap your kid, then you're bad.
Yes, absolutely.
Stop listening to this.
Don't listen.
Rate it 5 stars wherever you're listening, but then stop.
Turn yourself in and then tell every person in prison to watch the podcast.
I don't want inmates to listen to this.
You need viewers. Come on.
Okay. Inmates, come on over. Helen drops Kimmy off at school and then goes to her job as a cashier at a grocery store. On her lunch break, she is confronted by Ventrix. Ventrix, the name Ventrix sounds like a bad guy's name.
Mm-hmm.
Or like if you're listening to this and your surname is Ventrix, you're fine. Please, we're sorry.
I'm so sorry. I thought that was a fake name.
If your name is Ventrix and you have acne, I'm sorry you've caught so many strays today.
Damn.
I don't know what Abrar is trying to prove by making all these enemies.
Hey, inmates will listen to this.
You better hope they don't.
That's true.
Somewhere there's an inmate named Ventrix with acne, and he's listening to this. He's listened to all your episodes before, and he's like, I really like this guy. He's I like the way he talks about Batman and stuff, and now his hero is turned on him, and I want you to think about that.
Sorry, Ventrix. But his wife, she is confronted by Ventrix, who has decided for the final time to get together with the family legally. He swears that he's only turned over a new leaf, but is doing very well and can provide Helen and Kimmy with everything they need. Helen is like, "Move, biatch! Get away from me! I do not want anything to do with you. I don't want you to touch or talk to Kimmy at all. Get away." She wanted him to disappear, and he whispers, "Yes, okay." She wanted him to disappear, and he whispers, "Be careful what you wish for." I thought that was good writing right there.
Oh.
Bruce remembers the name of the scientist, Dr. Quaros. I don't want to say Kratos. It's Kros. Karios?
You can say whatever you want, man. It's your show.
All right, Kratos, Dr. Kratos, who approached Wayne Tech with a clock invisibility project. Lucius Cloak, excuse me.
An invisible clock wouldn't help anybody. How do you read that? How do you know what time it is?
Not at all. Well, in the future episode, there's a clock king. Maybe that might have it.
Right. If I'm on that episode, I'll make sure to bring up the invisible clock.
Thank you. Lucius Fox remembers that they are very interested, but Dr. Kratos suddenly withdrew his proposal before they could close the deal.
Shout out to Lucius Fox.
Yes.
I can't remember if this is the first time we've seen him.
This is the first time we see him.
Yeah.
And then also, I did not know he was a part of this show. I thought he was a character like after like the 90s. Like, I don't know.
He's definitely existed for a long time, but I don't think he matters much in the show.
No, in fact, I don't even think. Well, no, he definitely doesn't. So we know the kind of Lucius Fox we have now, and I don't know if this happened before or after Batman Begins, right?
Yeah.
But the Lucius Fox we have now is he's in on the Batman thing, and he helps make the gadgets with all the Wayne Tech R&D stuff. Yes. This Lucius Fox just works here. Like, he definitely doesn't know Batman is Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
And he doesn't, I mean, Batman might be taking R&D stuff, but this Lucius isn't as in the know.
Gotcha. Okay. Because I was gonna ask that question. Like, does he know that he's Batman?
He doesn't seem to.
Because our two-parter that we get to later, it would have gone a lot easier if he did.
Yes, that's true. Yes, that is
he
true.
Wouldn't have dimed out Bruce Wayne to the cops,
unless he's done with Bruce Wayne. I don't know.
Oh,
he wants to get out. Yeah, big one. Well, Dr. Kratos passed away a months ago, but his assistant Sam Giddle is still alive. Batman confronts Giddle at the old lab, and he swears that he is still working there at the time of the robbery. Seeing a roll of the plastic Kratos invented, Batman asks how it works. Giddle explains that when an electrical current runs through the plastic, it bends light instead of absorbing it, making it invisible. However, the electricity also makes the plastic toxic, which is why Kratos withdrew the proposal. Giddle has been trying to correct the problem, but without success, he is also preparing to destroy all the plastic. He has also noticed that some of it seemed to be missing. Batman asks, who else might know about this plastic? And Giddle remembers that the errand boy who worked in the office, a convict named Lloyd Ventrix. It's getting juicy here because we now getting to know the Invisible Man's background. He worked at this place, and he stole the project.
Yep.
Good. And I also
you like to see Batman doing his detective stuff.
Yes,
He's
I do like
following up on leads and finding piece by piece who this guy is.
I do like that, and of course, a lot of people were saying like, "Oh, Batman's not the greatest detective. There was always Alfred, in the side. So how can he be the greatest detective?" But I think, at least for this show, he is.
Do you have to do everything alone to be the greatest detective?
No,
Like, wouldn't being the greatest detective using all of your resources to solve the case, and
You
then
need-
having Alfred as his guy in the chair, isn't that a resource?
it's a
What are people
resource.
talking about? Everyone's a
Uh,
hater these days.
They just hate just to hate, but I mean, Batman is the greatest detective in comic book history, at least for me. That night, Batman tracks down Helen outside her house to tell her about the plastics to find Ventrix to save him before he dies. Unknown to either of them, Mojo is inside giving Kimmy the pearl necklace he promised her.
That's awful. Don't say that ever
yeah,
again.
you gotta say that different.
That's what happened.
Oh,
I mean, like he's
God.
inside the room.
It's okay, ladies and
No,
gentlemen.
we-
He doesn't know what that means.
He doesn't
It's
know.
okay.
Oh,
I
He
got
doesn't
it
know.
now. I
no,
got
he
it.
doesn't.
I don't-
He doesn't know.
It registered. It registered now.
No,
I got
he
it.
doesn't know.
I got it.
He's too innocent. He just found out what yaoi is. He doesn't know.
Abrar, I'd rather
Found
you
that out.
not know.
I found that last month, right?
He just found out what yaoi is. He doesn't know.
I got
Plausible
it.
deniability.
I got to speak to my lawyer here. But I got it.
Haktua.
No, this is the third time. So he gave her the pearl, and then he leads her by the handout of her window to give her a surprise. Realizing the truth behind Kimmy's imaginary friend, Helen rushes in to see her daughter gone. Since she has been only gone for a few minutes, Batman takes off after them.
Batman says, "She's gone, but it's okay. I have a gun."
Yes. I guess at least for this scene, it reminds me of Spider-Man 3, Sandman's character.
Yeah.
Where he kind of needs to hide as being the Sandman just to see her daughter.
It's kind of the flip side of the coin, though, where
No, that's the other guy. That's Two-Face.
Sandman wants to see his daughter, and yeah, he did a crime, but he's like genuinely sorry and doesn't like that he did that, and he wants to reconnect with his daughter. This guy is a psychopath and wants to kidnap his daughter and kill his wife and kill Batman. So I think this guy's worse. If
Look,
I had to,
Yeah,
say.
I mean, the thing is, he wants his family back, and this is not the right way to do it. I mean, what can you do if you're Ventrix? Your wife, your ex-wife, is like, get away from me. You can't talk to your daughter. I don't know. This is getting deep. Real problems.
What do
here.
I do?
Yeah. Oh,
well,
you do.
see, that's tricky. That's a tough situation to be in. I think what I don't do is kidnap the daughter.
Probably
I
a
don't
bad
think an
idea.
Amber Alert's going to make the situation any better.
Yeah, that's true. Fair point. I guess you get a new life.
But you could just gaslight her into making everyone think that she ran away because you're invisible. What are they going to do?
Mm. We're making good points here.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you see.
Good points, you say. All right.
Yeah, ruin that kid's life.
That's not. Well, in an abandoned drive-in theater, Mojo reveals his face, telling Kimmy who he really is.
She's
Kimmy
like, acne. Get away from me.
Kimmy was like, yeah. She's like, oh my god. She said, my mother told me my father's a bad man. Ventrix tries.
What
Yeah.
she says first is he takes off the mask and she says, "Oh, you're a man?"
Yeah.
Like, come on, girl. What did you think was going on here?
What did you think that voice
I thought
was?
you were like a walking, talking like elephant person, not a like it's her imaginary friend, right? She named him Mojo. She thinks he's a magical little fellow.
She like overlaid an imaginary friend on top of this
it's
real criminal.
It's a guy. It's like a 5'11", oily skinned like guy with a smoker's voice that cigarette burns. And he's like, come with me. Like, oh, this is not magical or whimsical. I need to leave.
Come on, sweetie, let's go to the drive-in.
I'm taking you away from your mother.
Yeah, if I'm Kimmy, I'm out of there. Well, Ventrix tries to drag her into the car when Batman catches up with them. With Ventrix's head visible, Batman manages to kick his head off.
Oh.
The head off. Aside of Kimmy runs back home. There's that shot of Batman on top of the billboard, I think. I think that shot was great.
I don't remember that.
It was just him. It was just him with like his rope or whatever, and
the gun.
His rope.
The gun. But it was like a black.
Black
no,
figure. I see it. Yeah, the silhouette of him on top of the. I think that's the. It's all torn apart and old, but I think that's the screen, the drive-in screen.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's. I thought that shot was great. There's, I think in a couple of episodes, there were some shots were like perfect.
Yeah, good art direction.
Yes, we all need that.
Have you said yet on this show that they used black paper and drew with white?
No, I did not.
Because that's like the trivia fact of this show. Is they're like, everything's going to be black. Let's save $1 million billion on ink and just use black paper.
Very smart.
It's good. It's good. And yeah, it is. It is really dark in this episode. Yeah. Ventrix gets into his car, which is also sheared in plastic, and turns into invisible before driving straight at Batman, Mermaid Man, and Barnacle Boy. Invisible car gimmick was originally from this.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I was gonna say that Batman has the Batmobile, the Invisible Man has the Invisible Mobile. He turned his car invisible. That's crazy and dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Do you like the bit where, because Batman obviously he's got to stop him. He climbs on top, and this car is just like barreling down the roads as Batman's holding on for dear life, and he flies past some people. They're like, I didn't know he could fly. That's what it looks like. He's just flying down the road. Batman, what are you doing? Ah, it was scary.
Batman did not know what was happening. Well, he manages to jump on the roof of the car, as you mentioned, and the driving off to set a elevated train tracks. The two men ended up on the roof beneath a water tower. Ventrix beats Batman severely, ignoring his warning signs about the suit's toxicity. Realizing that he cannot beat Ventrix, Batman lures him directly underneath the tower and throws a trio of bat stars at the base, causing a shower of water that reveals Ventrix's outline.
Get him.
Peekaboo. With his.
What if Batman said that? That'd be terrifying.
Yeah, if he does that when I'm sleeping, I'm punching him.
You would lose that fight so fast.
Yeah. Like if he, for example, if Batman.
No, we don't need an example.
Oh,
Just
okay,
continue.
okay,
Just
okay.
continue, please.
With the four no longer invisible, Batman plummets Ventrix and subdues him before the water runs out. He won, pretty much. On a later night, Kimmy is talking to someone outside of her window, saying that she and Helen will be moving away to where Ventrix can't find them. Helen rushes in, alarmed, and asks who she's talking to this time. Kimmy says, Batman. Helen, who has been hearing Kimmy talk to Batman a lot lately, doesn't believe her, not knowing that this time, at least, Batman is indeed on the roof of their house.
That's kind of neat. I guess, like, if you just said that on paper, that's like, why is Batman in this little girl's room? That's a little creepy. But in a sense where he's, like, following up on a victim, basically, of a kidnapping that he saved, just, like, checking, making sure, like, her and the mom are gonna move and be safer. And I like that Batman kind of follows up with the people that he helps. That's neat. Also, lady, you met Batman. You're like, oh, sure thing, honey. Of course Batman was here. He was here. He was here the other day. You talked to him in the driveway. What do you...
Exactly. Maybe she's just acting like a mom.
Yeah.
And when Batman's on the roof again, an amazing shot of him. He was just all in black and with his white eyes. It's great.
Oh yes.
Thumbs up or thumbs down for this episode?
I'm gonna give it another thumbs up. I give most of these a thumbs up, right? But yeah, like I said at the beginning, it's Batman meets the Invisible Man as a concept. I think that's cool. As execution, I think they did it fairly well. Yeah, good.
It's good to me. What about you, Daniel?
Yeah, I think this one's like just on the other side of the line. I think that becomes a thumbs up for me. I think it is perfectly okay.
It's great. Yeah, I'll give it thumbs up as well. Interesting fact. The title forms part of an old proverb, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil.
That's an interesting fact.
Well, I'm not done yet.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
fact.
The third phrase of which likewise formed the title of an episode of Batman Beyond.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Thank you.
Here's
All
an
right.
interesting fact. The phrase "Haktua" means
Spit on that thing.
"spit on that thing."
This is the 5th time. I'm thinking we're gonna reach to 15 times of mentioning
I'm just
that.
trying to manifest a crossover between Brown Boy Wonder podcast and Talk Tua.
There is
Trying to
that.
get that.
Could happen.
There is
I'm
that.
trying to manifest a real one.
Yeah,
Photoshop.
No, there is a Photoshop version of that. Of what you're saying there. It might happen in real life. But I think she disappeared. Actually, I haven't.
Yeah, she
heard
went to
about
bed
her.
and she never came back.
There
She
you go.
absconded with all that money. Allegedly.
Oh, coin. What's it called? Oh, don't say it. Don't say it. I know the coin.
If I can be perfectly honest, I hate how much I talk about that. So if we can just,
You mention her all the time.
well,
okay.
it's funny when I do it here.
That's true. All right. Now our next episode is probably at least in my opinion, or many others' opinion, probably one of the greatest, probably the greatest episode of Batman the Animated Series. But we'll get into that.
Definitely insanely iconic.
I mean, I feel like it should be its own movie. But all right, let's get into it. Episode 18, Beware the Gray Ghost. In a flashback, a young Bruce Wayne is watching an episode of his favorite show, The Gray Ghost. The scene depicts a strange, whirly sound followed by a large building being destroyed by a huge explosion. Then the police receives a ransom note signed by the Mad Bomber, informing of the next target. Cutting between the past and present, the same thing is seen happening in the present as in the episode. A whirling sound is heard, followed by a massive explosion that destroys a building. The police receives a ransom note, also signed by the Mad Bomber. In the show, the Gray Ghost is shown jumping off a neighborhood building to investigate, while in the past, No, it's 'cause in the present, Batman does exactly the same thing. Of course, the Gray Ghost is voiced by the legendary Adam West.
Yep.
Thoughts on this TV character of the Gray Ghost?
I love the Gray Ghost. I think aesthetically, I mean, he's very simple, very plain, like, just like, the gray suit and the cape and then the hat, goggles.
Yeah.
It's just, it's meant to be like a proto Batman because he inspired Batman, and then having Adam West voice him, the inspiration for what modern day Batman at the time was. It was the first television Batman. You gotta love it.
It's so meta, I think. It's
Also, Adam West did a great job voicing this character. Very, very straightforward. They stayed away from the kind of camp of the '60s. It fits in this world very well.
also he's not playing Adam West from Family Guy. He is playing a character. Like, he's not playing himself. He's playing a character.
Yeah, Adam West from Family Guy is exactly how he was in real life.
That's, I don't know. Adam West is an interesting fellow.
I met him. I can confirm.
I saw him at Comic-Con. I took a picture of him.
Why didn't you get in his line?
It's too long.
Oh, come
Too
on,
long.
man.
He tried to, but he got lured away with a trail of candy.
No.
Adam West did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What do you think of Daniel, of the Gray Ghost?
I think he's cool. I don't know if like he's an existing character outside of this. I assume maybe he is, but as just like a way of sort of horseshoeing in like a torch pass between Adam West and Kevin Conroy, I'm all for it. I think it's really good.
It's good to see here. Well, Batman sees the connection, but does not remember the end of the episode, since he fell asleep before it was over.
Just to chime in, I believe that this is the first appearance of the character Gray Ghost, and I don't think he's ever really been in anything other than the DC this little animated universe.
Yeah.
There's a reference to him. There's posters, Gray Ghost posters in Arkham Knight. Pretty sure.
Yes, it is.
So that's a fun callback.
Very neat.
Yeah, I like the character, and
He's cute. I wonder if the this is a reference for a completely different series. I wonder if the Silver Shroud in the Fallout games is supposed to be a reference to this.
See, I have a Silver Shroud poster in my room
Because they look very similar.
I keep looking up at it. Yeah, it's a very similar gimmick.
For sure. But yeah, Greg
You played the Fallout? You can cut this if it's not relevant. Have you played the Fallout games, Abrar?
I played the first one, but not really. But I know what you're talking about.
When you say the first one, do you mean 3?
I think I've told you before that you should play Fallout New Vegas.
I think you did say that.
You would like that.
So there's a poster. There's a poster of like the Grey Ghosts in Fallout.
No, there's a character very similar in Fallout 4. There's a character called the Silver Shroud, and he's from like an old comic book and television series, like radio play stuff.
Yeah,
and he dresses more or less exactly like, he doesn't have a cape, but he has like the gray suit and the hat.
Okay.
And he's a similar kind of character, like a detective that goes around and solves crimes. And then
and he's part of a group called the Unbreakables that has like a caveman guy called what is it? Gronk? Not Gronk. The Barbarian.
Grognak the Barbarian.
Grognak the Barbarian. And then there's like a Silver Sable equivalent character who, well, I guess she's kind of more like the girl in the yellow from Watchmen, whose name I don't remember.
Silk Spectre.
Silk Spectre.
Anyway, it's not important.
Or Miss
we can get back to the show if you want.
No, okay, maybe it was an inspiration from this episode. Maybe, who knows?
It's possible.
All right. Well, Batman tries to find.
I'll say one more thing, just not about Fallout, but about Grey Ghost.
Yes.
It's clearly so like a lot of times what you'll see, Batman, the movie he's seeing when he goes into the alley with his parents, is Zorro.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
So I think this is like a substitution for Zorro. We don't use Mask of Zorro, whatever, to the Antonio Banderas one. We don't use that. So instead, we create the Gray Ghost, which is like an inspiration of being like a lawbringer type character for Batman.
Have we seen the Wayne's murder yet in the show?
No,
No.
I don't remember if and when we actually see the full thing, but we've seen their graves and we've
Yeah.
seen
Yeah.
we've obviously seen flashbacks of the Waynes and Batman lamenting their death, but we haven't seen
Right.
the iconic imagery of them going into Crime Alley
Not yet.
and the pearls and all that stuff. I don't know. I don't remember if we ever actually see that in this.
Maybe in the Mask of the Phantasm? I'm not sure.
That's entirely
I know that
possible, it being a
there's-
theatrical movie.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also an episode coming up called like A Date within Crime Alley or something.
Oh, right.
Appointment in Crime
If
Alley.
there's one that it's going to be in, I would wager it's that one, but I don't actually know.
Oh, sure.
Oh, we'll find out. We also see Thomas Wayne in the flashback. Pretty
He's not
neat.
as old as the last time we saw him.
Oh, yeah, true.
He's got that
true.
Benjamin Button disease.
Yeah. The visions. Well, Bruce Wayne tries to find a tape of the show, but is told that is impossible to find.
That's heartbreaking.
It is.
Bruce goes to that shop and he's like, "Hey, I need a television show." The guy's like, "Well, you're in luck because I have every television show, literally every television show that's ever been produced, aired, recorded. I've got it here. What do you need?" He's like, "The Gray Ghost." He's like, "Oh, I don't have that."
No.
Which
Yeah.
to me made me think like, yeah, so clearly you're supposed to be like, "Oh wow, why is that so rare?" To me, I'm like, I think this guy's just full of shit. I think
Yeah.
he just doesn't have.
He
I will
said,
say,
yeah.
I love that the collection is all on film. I think that that's such a cool touch.
Yeah, that is cool.
Very neat.
Do you think that guy has like a box set of Friends on DVD?
I think
God,
he
I
got the
hope
last
so.
season of Friends.
Oh no, he has all but the last season.
Oh, that's true.
He doesn't know if Rachel got off the plane. Continue.
Well, the dude said the prints were lost into a studio fire. Bruce gave a pissed off look at the guy as he was slurping his drink. Looking up the show at the library, Bruce finds Simon Trent, the actor who plays the Gray Ghost, is still alive and living in Gotham. Alfred says, "I don't watch TV. I'll watch my fireplace." Man, Alfred, you're so
He's
boring.
old. He's
Yeah.
It's
old.
crazy. Like he could have said I listen to my records. He could have said I read my books. He said I stare at the fire and think of the entropy of the universe.
That boy sees visions in the flames.
He's talking to Sirius Black in there.
Oh, well, Alfred do better things, man. An elderly Trent lives in a crappy apartment with his landlord demanding the unpaid rent. Trent calls his agent to find that he's been rejected for another part.
Oh, you hate
Yeah.
to see it.
He has been unable to get work since the glory days of the Gray Ghost due to being typecast. We've all been there. In Despair, the Trent, Simon Trent, trashes his apartment in rage. Fed up with the Gray Ghost memorability. Oh, excuse me.
Memorabilia. I'm gonna take you there on that one.
Thank you. I saw a lot of eyes there. He takes he takes it all to the toy store, selling it for as much as the owner wants, Ted Dimer. But he's willing to pay. Which actor today is like Simon Trent? I was gonna say Harrison Ford, but I feel like he's having fun now.
Yeah. Wait. So, are we supposed to down on their luck, like at this point, or at the end? And
Like right
old?
now, like they can't get a part because they're being typecast and they're really old.
Well,
Man.
he's not around now, but it does make me think of. I always screw up the last name, but George Reeve, Superman. How he
Yeah.
couldn't get any work after he was Superman because everyone just thought of him as Superman. I wonder if that's sort of what they're referencing.
Maybe that'd be really cool detail.
Trying to think who The Rock.
Oh yeah, he has been typecast for sure.
He only had $7 in his pocket, and he started $7 Productions
There we go.
so that he could make movies and put himself in his movies. But he still only has $7 in his pocket because he's a humble man, and he definitely doesn't piss in bottles and jars.
He would never. He would never do that.
He wouldn't do that. He simply wouldn't do that, and he wouldn't show up 9 hours late on a shooting day. He would show up 7 hours late, but that's only because he was busy not pissing in bottles because he can't piss in bottles because he has $7 in his pocket.
Okay, I had a guy in my mind, John Malkovich.
John Malkovich did stuff all the time.
Oh, he's in Fantastic Four. Never mind. Never mind. The new one, at least. Let's move on. Trent returns home and falls asleep. When he wakes up, all of his stuff has been returned, and a note from a friend is attached to his gray ghost costume.
Did Batman steal this stuff, or did Batman buy this stuff?
I want to say he bought it.
Yeah, I mean he's a billionaire, trillionaire, whatever.
That would make the ending not make sense if he bought it.
Ooh. Yeah, maybe he just took it then.
I could see Batman sneaking in, taking it, and leaving a bunch of money in the register.
Maybe, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that makes sense if he bought it. Okay, we'll get into the ending here. Trent is told to meet the guy at the Gotham Art School. Trent shows up at the place, and Batman reveals himself, asking for his help regarding the show's Mad Bomber episode. He was like, "Oh shit!" He started running, he started sprinting, but Batman caught up with him. Trent having making so many episodes, he cannot remember when it was aired or anything of the details. He angrily tells Batman to leave him alone, but then the same whirling noise is heard, which Trent promptly recognizes, and the Gotham Art School explodes. Batman goes to investigate while Trent runs back to his home. Okay, this is the next scene here. I'm like, perfection.
Batman in the screening room?
Cinema.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Let me get into it here. Trent arrives at his apartment only to find Batman already waiting for him. Ooh, clever guy. Trent tries to phone the police, but Batman shows him the ransom note, informing the next bomb will demolish Gotham's library. Having remembered the episode, Trent opens his closet and reveals old films reels, a complete collection of The Grey Ghost on Blu-ray 4K. I hope.
Hell yeah!
It's clearly on film.
I mean, it was filmed, but maybe it's 4K film.
4K film, IMAX, whatever it is. He gives Batman the episode and asks to be left in peace. Batman expresses his admiration for what the Grey Ghost stood for. Simon Trent says, "I'm not the Grey Ghost." Batman says, "I can see that now." Then goes away.
Ooh.
Rude.
Drop the mic. Perfect scene.
Get his ass. I'm a real hero. You're stupid.
You're lame. You smell like old people.
I think old people smoke cigarettes. That's where the smell comes from.
All
at
of
least for
them.
me.
Every single one of them.
Every single old person.
Every
ever.
single one.
Like when I smelled like the cigarette
Everything.
smell.
Everything
You think
everywhere
of
old at
people.
once.
Exactly. No, shout out to those old people there. But yeah,
They're not
great
watching.
scene. They're not. Oh, I have 1%. 60-year-olds and plus. They're watching. They're hearing this.
Well, if that
1%.
one guy smokes cigarettes, I'm sorry that Abrar is coming for you too, as well as acne-faced prisoners.
Oh
It's,
man, I need to call myself.
Yeah.
I need to call myself. But yeah, great scene here. This is what I love about Batman. Bruce watches the episode at home and remembers the source of the whirling noise. Radio controlled by toy cars carrying explosives. Forewarned, he and the police in line wait at the Gotham Library as a set of 3 cars speed towards the library. One is destroyed by the police sniper, the other by Batman by a flamethrower, and the last one breaks off and Batman pursues into the alley.
Yeah. Can we talk about how truly unhinged it is to fight a bomb with a flamethrower?
Yeah, that part doesn't make sense.
That's cool,
that's
dude.
not-
Batman knows what he's doing.
I mean, look, I agree that it's dope. It's also incredibly stupid.
Yes. I mean, how else can you stop
I mean,
it?
it worked. It worked.
It did work.
I mean, he's a super genius, right? He could just like EMP it, and then the wouldn't be able to get the signal for the detonator because it's probably
Sure.
plastic explosive, right?
Sure, yeah. I'm
And then
sure
there's
it's some sort
He
of
could just go.
C4.
He just like
But-
clap his bat booty cheeks and do an EMP.
But I mean, I guess if you take EMPs out of it, because we're a bit more retro here in this Gotham.
I mean,
He,
yeah,
he's
there are
thinking
robots though.
he can't catch it or get too close to it to like disarm it because it'll go off and kill him. So
Right.
he's thinking the flamethrower, he can force it to explode someplace where it won't hurt anybody. I mean, sure, Gotham will have a few more potholes that need to be filled in, but
Yeah, and Mayor Hill's not fixing them.
oh
No.
fuck that guy.
No. Honestly, I feel like Mary Hill lives in here, Dallas, because there's a lot of potholes in on the
Oh,
road here.
there's so many potholes in our
There's
area.
potholes.
There's so many.
Tell
And they're
Greg Abbott to
huge.
get on it.
They're huge, man. Batman's
They're
blowing
huge.
up explosives in our streets.
Exactly, and of course the roads are narrow too, so there's only one lane, and there's a pothole. Where can you go?
In the
in
pothole.
the pothole. Yeah, the answer.
That is the answer.
The street workers, well, that sounds like prostitutes. The construction workers are working with the car repair people, so they just really want you to twist an axle, you know?
All construction
Damn.
workers are prostitutes if you really think about it.
Yeah, they are on corners turning tricks. That's what they do.
Fantastic.
If you're a construction worker and you're listening to this podcast,
Yeah, you get a great
get back
ass.
out there because you got to make the money.
Oh no!
Fix the potholes. If you know what I'm
Please.
saying.
Please.
Fuck to it.
That's the
Talk to
sixth
him and
time.
pot on that
All
hole.
right, everyone. That's
No.
been my time. I'm done.
He's-
I'm gonna
No.
be leaving now.
He said
Goodbye.
he wasn't
Come
going
back,
to cut
come
it. He said he wasn't going to cut it.
I'm not cutting anything here. Come back.
He's gonna cut it. He's gonna have to.
I'm
cut
not
it.
cutting. I'm not cutting everything. We're like an hour in here. I'm not cutting anything.
Brother, we still got 2 episodes. We gotta go.
Yeah,
We gotta go here.
Let's step on it.
Yes. Step off. School Rock. At the end of the alley, he finds the car is a decoy, and then turns to see another car, another trio of cars racing towards him. Batman is trapped, but then a rope falls from above, and Batman climbs it up. As the car crashes and explodes, reaching to the top, Batman finds Simon Trent himself dressed in full costume as the Gray Ghost.
He's in full gear.
You still got it.
He still
you
got it.
still got it.
Yeah.
What are you guys' thoughts of this old version of the Gray Ghost here? I think he still pulls it off.
He looks exactly like he did in the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
He looks
When- when-
exactly the same.
When the show's black and white, you can't tell that his hair's gray. So
True. Well, Batman gives him the toy car, which Trent identifies as a authentic piece of the Gray Ghost merchandise. Batman invites the Gray Ghost to help him. Trent agrees, but then another set of toy cars appear. Both heroes jump into the Batmobile and speed away, managing to evade the trap and detonate the cars harmlessly. Batman takes the Gray Ghost to his Batcave. The Gray Ghost. Oh, yeah, also another great scene here. The Gray Ghost noticed its similarity to the Gray Ghost lair from the
Not
TV
just
show.
similarity, he calls it an exact replica.
Yeah,
yeah,
Batman's
I
Dork.
Yeah, I didn't particularly care for that, but it's fine.
I'm not going to read too much into that.
Yeah, I'm not taking it that seriously. I was just like, that's kind of dumb.
Well, Batman also reveals a special corner where he still keeps some of the Grey Ghost merchandise from his childhood as a sheer to the hero. Shrine, thank you. I need to read my prescription.
See, I do like Batman having a little Grey Ghost memorabilia section.
Yes,
it's similar.
Yeah.
Like Batman's supposed to keep all kinds of trophies and stuff in his Batcave.
He loves that.
The big
Known
penny
collector.
and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
For sure.
Batman tells Trent he watched the show as a child and that the Grey Ghost was an inspiration to him. Trent realizes that just how a big difference the show made to someone, remarking that it wasn't all for nothing. Yeah, as we can see that Batman is fanboying to Simon Trent. And it's okay. It's okay to fanboy once in a while.
You know what else is fun?
Yeah.
When they're walking into the Batcave, Grey Ghost has like a blindfold on that he's taking off. But earlier, like during the, pretty sure it's the Mr. Freeze episodes, that guy gets frozen and Batman brings him here to treat him. He puts him in the chemical bath, and he like has like a thing in the Batmobile that like hypnotically like makes him fall asleep. I like that. So he has a thing to do for people who won't cooperate, and then if he thinks you will cooperate, he's just like, I just put this blindfold on. I'm not gonna knock you out. That's crazy.
Hey man, that's a great ghost. Batman scans the car for fingerprints and finds Trent is on it. Batman turns around and confronts him. Trent swears he's innocent, as in order to pay his rent he sold to his toy cars months ago, meaning the Mad Bomber is Ted Dimer, the toy collector. Yeah, it just makes sense because that guy is a fanboy, the toy collector, not Batman.
Yeah, so one thing that I thought upon seeing this, and the bad guy is this little nerd that straps bombs to toys and makes toys fight. I was like, is he supposed to be Toyman?
Right.
There's a villain called Toyman, and he does literally this. He puts bombs on remote control cars and makes toys fight stuff. But no, he's Toyman in everything but name, I guess.
Maybe they couldn't get the rights.
I even looked to see if like this guy is referenced as like a version of this character inspired by Toyman, but no, I don't think anyone's ever actually called this guy any inspiration of Toyman.
I don't know. There's been a couple of little things like that where they just change characters' names. Like he might have supposed to have been like the toy maker, because me and Anthony were talking about it on the last one of these. Like Harvey's wife is called Gail or something instead of Gilda.
Instead of Gilda,
like they're just going
yeah,
around and like changing names a little bit. So it is possible that they were like, well, this is the version of this character that we're going to use for just seemingly no reason.
As far as I'm concerned, this was Toyman.
Yeah.
All right. Makes sense to me. Well, Batman confronts Ted, and we get that shot of Batman in the distance. Terrifying. Who is obsessed with toys, and he needs the money to buy more. Ted traps Batman with a ring of toy cars, but then Trent appears in costume and takes him down. A fire starts, and they escape the building before the explosion destroys the entire toy shop. Kaboom! Black Ops. Defeated by his own bombs, Ted cries. That's why I said Ted Cruz. Maybe he's the same guy. Ted cries.
Get him, Batman.
Yeah, okay, please get him.
Get him.
He's not
Shove
fixing
his
the
face in
potholes
the
either.
pothole. See how he likes it.
Ted Cruz cries for the loss of his toys and is taken into police custody. Trent is hailed as a hero, and his career is restarted by the release of the Grey Ghost, on video and broadcast television. Trent has been offered a part in the film, and his merchandise is now highly valuable. This is another great scene of here. While signing autographs at a convention, he approached by Bruce Wayne, who says that he used to watch The Gray Ghost with his father, and the Gray Ghost was his hero, and still is. Having heard these same words from Batman, Trent seems to suspect who Bruce Wayne really is, which he acknowledges with a smile.
Nice little show of respect.
Yes, I'll say goated episode for me. 2 thumbs up this time. What about you guys?
I agree.
I didn't know we could do 2 thumbs.
I think this is probably one of the better episodes in the series. I have to assume because it's really really good from an emotional standpoint and from a writing standpoint. It's really interesting. I mentioned earlier how this is clearly like a passing of the torch between the Adam West Batman and the Kevin Conroy Batman.
Yeah.
And that really hits a lot harder and different now that both of them are gone. Now that both of them have passed.
Yeah.
True.
Like,
yeah.
It really hits different now. It's a shame. I don't know. Maybe it did happen, but it's a shame that we never got to see like Kevin Conroy sort of pass the torch to a new Bat person.
Well,
I don't know if we ever saw that.
Okay. I don't want to.
No, that one doesn't count.
Sour
Which
the
one?
legacy.
No, that one doesn't count. You know it.
I feel like when the Arrowverse whatever was like, Kevin Conroy, we want you to be Batman in this special event we're doing, and we have what's her name playing Batwoman. Maybe that's like a thing that would you be interested in? And he was like, yeah, and then it was just terrible, like completely awful. But not counting that, I don't know. I can't recall if they ever did anything like that.
I don't think so.
Maybe, I guess Terry McGinnis technically.
Oh well, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Wolf. What's his name? Eric from Boy Meets World.
Will
Friedle. Yeah. I guess you can say he passed the torch to him.
He definitely passed the torch to him.
Yeah.
but it's also a continuation of the same series. So
yeah, true. I feel like he should come back as Terry McGinnis, or maybe not. He's kind of old. He's kind of old now. He has a podcast.
How much voice acting does he still do?
He still do a lot. I don't know if he's done it recently.
I know he likes Dungeons and Dragons.
He does. But yes, this is one of the episodes where you show a first Batman animated series person. Like, hey, if someone's asking, hey, what episode should I watch first? This is the episode you watch first.
First, you think so?
I think so.
I think. Well, I wouldn't tell anyone just to watch like one specific episode. I think you would like pick a handful, like I don't know, 5 or 6 episodes. Be like, check these out, and then I would put this one in the middle probably. Because it kind of, I don't know. But I would pick this one. By the way, thumbs up. That's my answer. I didn't say it yet.
Thumbs up. Daniel, you said thumbs up too?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this should be his own movie. I'm just glad that it has an episode. But I do have an interesting fact for this episode.
It was Adam West the whole time.
What? It was. There are a lot of interesting facts for this episode, but I'll pick one here. The Grey Ghost poster that shows a giant version of the hero standing above the skyscrapers is homage to the Shadow pulp cover for the story Shadowed Millions. It's the exact same poster.
Interesting.
And it's like back in the, I'm bad with my dates here, 20s or 30s or 40s, around the area. 50s, maybe. But all right. That was a great episode. And now let's get into a little slimier episode here. It is episode 19, Feet of Clay.
Let's just call it episode 19 and 20. Let's call the whole thing Feet of Clay.
Yeah, we could do that.
Oh, does that upset you? You don't like that? Well,
No,
it's
I
too
mean,
late.
the
We're doing it.
I mean, there's two episodes.
Yeah, but it's one continuous thing. We don't give thumbs up to the part one. We give thumbs up to both. So
Yes, it's true. Exactly. Episode 19. Episode 19. For those who don't know where to go.
God. Well, that saying episode 19 doesn't help in many ways because it's episode 5.
True. Okay, Feet of Clay Part 1. For those who are catching up. A strange meeting takes place at an abandoned tramway station in Gotham at 3 o'clock in the morning between Lucius Fox and Bruce Wayne.
Don't make Lucius get up at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, man, he's old. He needs his breakfast. Fox gives a suitcase full of evidence to Bruce, which incriminates Ronald Daggett.
Roland
Daggett. An illegal scheme to take over Wayne Enterprise through insider trading. Bruce, with a surprisingly rather sinister smile, says he plans to destroy them. And a group of armed henchmen appeared from the upper levels of the tramway and tried to kill Fox. Is this the same character, same Daggett character from The Dark Knight Rises, or is it something else?
In Dark Knight Rises, it's Ben Mendelsohn. Good day, Batman. I can't. That's a stolen bit. I can't take that. But in this, did you recognize who it was voiced by, bro? Did you see the credits?
I did not. Who is it?
Ed Asner.
Oh, where's he from?
Where's Ed Asner from?
Oh, like what pieces of things I know him from?
Oh my goodness, I don't even know where to begin with that. But I will say that this is not the only animated comic book show that he did in the 90s. He's the voice of J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man 90s cartoon.
Gotcha.
He was he's an elf, right? Isn't he Santa and Elf?
He's the old guy in Up.
Oh yeah, he's up.
Okay. He's up. All right. Fantastic. That's good to know. Also, we can tell that this is not Bruce Wayne because he's not wearing his brown suit.
That's true.
So we gotta pick up on these things.
If Bruce isn't wearing his patented like diarrhea and yellow colored suit, then it's not really him.
Piss and diarrhea
The
suit.
poo pee pee suit.
Yeah. Oh my god.
His pee pee poo poo. Damn,
Alfred,
Bruce.
I've got an important gala. Put out the pee pee and the poo poo.
Need the pee pee poo poo suit.
Batman springs from the ceiling and stops one of the three thugs.
I love that shot where they all start like firing off their weapons, trying to kill Lucius. Batman's on a rooftop like 6 blocks away. He just turns his head like, what the hell's going on over there?
Yeah, he doesn't. I mean, he can't be everywhere. But don't worry, he is stopped short of detaining the two remaining. Wayne, obviously an imposter, escapes, leaving behind a near fatal wounded Fox, who identifies Bruce as his attacker when he's found by the police before passing out. This is not a good look for Bruce Wayne.
I agree.
Yeah. He's on the run pretty much. Well, he doesn't know that he's on the run, but he's framed at the moment. It is revealed that Bruce's imposter is actually Matt Hagen, and a former famous movie actor.
Voiced by...
Man, I did not see the credits. Who is voiced by here?
Ron Perlman.
Oh, is that him?
Ron Perlman is Clayface in this show, yep. Which is, Anthony alluded to that, because remember a couple episodes ago, Ron Perlman was that big thug guy.
Yeah.
And then I pointed that out, and he said, yeah, they must have already had him for something else, and this is something else. He's Clayface.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, well, he's a good voice actor for sure. He's a little deep. Hagen has developed a serious addiction to Renew, a dangerous experimental chemical developed by Daggett's laboratories, which allows him to reform his facial features into any appearance he wants. The chemical is necessary to cover the disfigurement he suffered in a car accident years ago.
You know
in
what
which,
this is like? You know what this is like?
what?
A different man.
Oh, that just came out. I have not seen it. You guys saw it, right?
You haven't seen A Different Man?
I haven't seen it yet.
I think you would like it. Check it out. It's on. Oh goodness, it's on a streaming service right now. I'm pretty sure. That's
Okay.
how I watched it, but I don't know
I think
which
it's
one.
on. I know what you're talking about. It's on my Sony Brava. I think it's on Netflix. I'm not sure.
It
Around
might
there.
be.
Oh, Apple. Around there.
Yeah, just look.
Prime.
Just search it, man. I don't
Look
know. That's
for
not
it.
my job. I saw it. You should see it too.
All right. Well, which he has kept a secret from the public. Besides that guy, is there any other actor who acts like Matt Hagen?
No.
Yeah, I don't think. I was trying to think of one. I thought you guys would have one idea, but yeah.
I don't. Some actor that smooshes their face around to look different. I got nothing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, plastic surgery, I guess.
Plastic surgery.
Yeah, who has
Man.
plastic surgery?
I don't want to be calling out actors on your podcast. You want to take your shot? Shots fired at somebody.
I think we have shots. We shot a lot of fires this episode. I won't do it. What about you, Daniel? What do you think? Anybody in mind?
Nope.
Okay, let's leave it as that. After learning of the failed attempt on Lucius Fox's life due to Batman's interference, Daggett orders his henchmen Raymond Bell and Germs, who dispose of Hagen, whom Daggett decides to is no longer of need for them. When asked how they will find Hagen, who was apparently a master of disguise even before his addiction to Renew, Daggett says that Hagen can be expected to come to see them soon for the supply of Renew before it runs out. It's kind of messed up to use someone for their addiction.
Daggett's a bad guy. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's getting money off of someone's addiction, and that is horrible.
You know what else is messed up? His right hand man, whatever. His name's Germs
Germs.
because he's scared of germs. Don't call him that. Don't call him by his weakness.
He's a bad guy. What the hell is wrong with this Daggett guy?
It's Ben Mendelsohn.
He was in that movie, right? With all the characters in that movie.
Rogue One.
No.
Yeah, that's the one.
No. Ready Player One. There we go.
Oh yeah, I guess he wasn't he?
Yeah, he kind of plays the same character.
Steven
not
Spielberg
really.
should make a Fortnite movie, and he should make it exactly the same as Ready Player One.
Ooh. Steven, listen to us.
Not Steven, friend of the show.
No. Steven Spielberg.
Steven spelled with a V.
And Nolan, I hear you. True enough, Hagen breaks into Daggett's laboratory and immediately puts his face in on the chemicals. When Bell and Germs catches him, Hagen fails to pass himself as Bruce Wayne.
That's so funny that he tried.
Yeah.
They know that he's changing his face. Right? Like, they hired him for this. And he immediately is like, it's me, Bruce Wayne. I shouldn't be here, but I am. Shake my hand. They're like, no, they don't fall for it at all. They just start beating the shit out of him.
Also, isn't he an actor? He should act better than this.
He could have tried anybody. He could
True.
have turned into anyone.
Alfred.
Hello, I'm Alfred. And he talks exactly like Bruce Wayne. He's like, I'm Bruce Wayne. I'm Bruce Wayne's, but he can only do the one impression.
That's it. A fight ensures until Bell and Germs subdued Hagen and pour a entire vat of Renew down his throat.
This is
before
brutal.
placing him, yes. Before placing him into his car, leaving him for dead. Once they leave, however, Hagen lets out a groan as his body begins to mutate. It's literally a horror film.
Yeah,
right here.
mortifying silhouette, like shadow on the wall of it getting poured down his throat. That's terrifying, man. This is
I don't know if you actually remember the movie Safe House. They kind of did the same thing to Denzel Washington's character. They kind of waterboard him. It's kind of like that, kind of.
I've never seen it.
Oh, great movie. Probably one of the best Ryan Reynolds movies I've seen. He doesn't play he doesn't play himself. He plays a character.
Oh, okay. Well, that is definitely different. So, like,
Yes.
Buried.
Yes, exactly like Buried.
All right.
Exactly. Oh, dude, underrated. I think that's his underrated film.
Yeah, I think Ryan Reynolds should stop doing his Ryan Reynolds shtick and do something else. Please give us a break. Give us a year off. How about that, Ryan?
Ooh.
Give us 1 year, no Ryan Reynolds shtick.
Give us some good acting.
No,
Look at Dave.
Year off. I'll take the year off instead.
Okay. Just look at Dave Bautista. He acts well. Just act like him. Right, Daniel?
Who?
It's okay.
Daniel, who Dave Bautista is. I don't know why you just said that.
Yeah, why did you say that? You know Dave Bautista.
Continue. We
Who
got
looks like him? You saying that like big Clayface looks like him because of the shape of him? What are you saying?
Daniel wasn't paying attention.
He was not, but it's okay.
You just went on like a 40-minute tirade about nothing. I got lost.
That's what this is. That's what this show is.
It's okay. Turning up Bell's name as one of Daggett's henchmen, and likely lead to Batman. Batman pursues him in the Batwing and lures him away from the city by hacking into Bell's stolen police radio and fooling him into thinking that the police are searching for him. Batman is so smart.
Batman's cruel. I mean, like,
Yeah,
props to him. Like, this is good. Like, these are criminals and bad guys. But it's so like when he sets his mind to like bullying criminals, he goes all out.
He I think he does the best of that because these criminals they should be feared of the Batman.
There's something to be said about this Batman, how he truly finds fun in these moments of,
Yes.
I'm going to spear the Batwing into this dude's car and fly him around and make him think I'm going to kill him.
Dude, that guy was holding for dear life.
He's pissing his pants.
That's what we need.
In a JC Penney.
Shout out to them. Yes, but Batman is giving him a ride of hell. Though Bell acknowledges that it wasn't Bruce Wayne, he feigns before he can reveal who it was.
Yeah, Batman had a little too much fun.
Yeah, a little bit. The police helicopters arrive and demand that Batman hand over Bell. Batman drops Bell into the swimming pool, which awakens him, and the police arrests him. That could end it really bad.
Swimming pool?
Yeah, he drops him into the swimming pool.
Is it not like the Gotham River?
No. Swimming pool. Like on the rooftop.
Oh no, you're right.
Yeah, but yeah, he could have died. If he didn't let him
He could have very
correctly.
easily died.
Yeah, and Batman would be like, "Oopsies."
Batman knows what he's doing. Come on, give Batman.
Yeah, that's true. He is a smart guy. He's a smart guy. Meanwhile, Bruce sneaks into Fox's room.
I'm sure it's Bruce. I'm sure it's Bruce in his patented blue turtleneck, not his pee pee poo poo suit.
No. Well, he sneaks into Fox's room in the hospital through the window to clear his name, but Fox was like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "Police, help, police!"
He did do that.
Yeah. And the police came by and arrested Bruce Wayne. Teddy Lupus, Hagen's stunt double and best friend, who knows about audition and all, finds Hagen in his car in the alleyway. Approaching, he puts his hand on Hagen's shoulder, only to realize. What do you mean?
Don't put your hand on his shoulder.
Okay.
He's goo.
Well, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, only to realize that it has a consistency of clay. Hagen rises and looks into the rear view mirror, seeing that he has become a living of clay. He screams in horror. I will ask the question for the next part here because, of course, we don't really see him in this episode, only in that one scene. But let's get into episode 20, Feet of Clay, Part 2. Bruce gets some mugshots and is released from jail due to bail, thanks to some phone calls by Alfred. He changed into his Batman outfit that was in his suitcase in the back seat. I would say that's kind of risky if you're trying to change your clothes, especially your Batman.
Speaking of changing clothes, he got arrested in a blue turtleneck, and then he came out in his pee pee poo poo suit.
Yeah, I can't explain that.
Alfred brought him his suit. That's it.
Probably.
He brought him all of his clothes.
Probably. Since we were already getting explicit here,
oh no,
the scene of him changing in the backseat kind of reminds me of in Iron Man 2 when Black Widow had to change and Happy was like, "Uh-oh."
He
I'm
kept
glad
looking
Alfred.
in the mirror. So
Yeah.
you think Alfred was looking in the? He was looking in the mirror.
I think he was. Yeah, he was. He was.
he changed his diaper. There's nothing he hasn't seen.
Yeah, we talked about this. He watched Batman shower that one time.
Oh, yes. He was between his legs. All right.
Oh my god! I won't say it though. I won't say it.
Thank you. Yes. So in his trailer, Hagen remembers how. Oh, excuse me. In the trailer,
What just
Hagen,
happened?
there was a feather that came around in my mouth.
Like Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Oh, a good movie. In this trailer, Hagen remembers how he became addicted to Renu in the first place. He was horribly disfigured in a car crash years ago, and Daggett approached him, offering to let him to be a test subject for Renu. Hagen, this is a flashback episode scene here. Hagen eagerly accepted, knowing that the substance could change his face in seconds. While plastic surgery would take years to correct his disfigurement, he became addicted. He became Daggett's henchman, often impersonating people illegally just to keep his supply consistent. He's pretty much got him in the payroll. He needs that substance just to be a henchman.
You need the substance.
Again, substance. Again, cruel guy, Daggett he is. Now, present time, now in an animated mound of clay, he also remembers his past movies and successes, and Teddy is surprised to see his face changing to a normal human being as he walks past his various movie posters. Hagen stops and practices, realizing that he can only imitate any face, any garment, any voice, any shape. Teddy is excited, believing that Hagen can make a comeback, but Hagen was like, oh man, I'm shifting too often, and he can't keep up for too long before breaking down to tears that his career is truly over this time. Now we see this clay of Pooh. What's your thoughts of this version of Clayface?
I mean, he's Clayface. He's a big clay monster. Yeah, I think it works.
I somehow, between watching this as a kid and watching this now, just made the assumption that this version of Clayface was Basil Carlo, because that's like my de facto version of him, I guess. And because this version of him has almost the exact backstory.
Yeah.
I think this is just another one of those examples of like the Gilda situation or the Toy Maker situation where it's like, well, we're just going to change the name. Because why not?
Let me try to find out something. Keep talking.
Clayface is scary, I'll say, because he has no eyes. I'm sure that terrified some kids while watching this show. At least, and he got that bug-tooth mouth of his.
You don't got to make fun of him.
His teeth are not aligned. It's like one here, one here, one here. It's not a normal smile, a normal mouth. Yeah.
So what they've done for one reason or another is they took Matt Hagen, which is an actual Clayface guy,
Yeah.
and they gave him the actor backstory like Basil Karlo. So I don't know why they did that, because it says here when Matt Hagen first appeared, he was a treasure hunter.
That's weird.
Treasure hunter who gained shape-shifting abilities from a radioactive pool of protoplasm, which is a little bit lamer than what we're doing here, I guess.
I think so too. I think this is the better version.
He's gotta be
So
a big
I just
gooey
googled Matt Hagen, and it turns out he's a NASCAR driver. So
Oh.
I don't know, dude.
Can we get frequent guest of the show, Ray?
Yeah,
Ray,
ask Ray
get
if
on
she
here and
knows.
talk about NASCAR, please.
She will in the next episode. Or my next episode here.
All right,
So
please,
we'll bring it up.
please remind us to ask Ray. Write that down.
Well,
Ask Ray if she could tell us about Matt Hagen, the NASCAR driver.
NASCAR Hagen. Write it down.
NASCAR.
All
He's
right.
not gonna remember.
Matt
No, I wrote it
Hagen.
down.
Matt Hagen, Texas Rangers. What?
Are you
Guess
thinking
it's a
of
common name.
How many Matt Hagens are there?
Too many. Should have been Basil Karlo.
Probably should have been.
Well, with revenge on his mind, Hagen reasons that Daggett will send someone else to finish him off. Speaking of Lucius Fox here, that the person will lead Hagen back to Daggett. He infiltrates the hospital disguised as a male nurse, intent to kill Daggett's assassin, impersonating him and killing Daggett in disguise. Batman is in the hospital and catches Germs in the act trying to smother Fox. Germs flees, but is cornered to his horror in a storage closet holding a vast collection of bacteria and virus samples.
All right,
Batman-
I think I found the answer. Sorry to cut you off,
Yes, go
Abrar.
ahead.
So it appears that when Basil Karlo, who was the first Clayface, when he debuted, he's what we always hear about how like Clayface wasn't always a big clay man. He was just like
Yeah.
a guy with a knife or whatever. But then eventually we got Matt Hagen, who was the first Clayface who could actually shapeshift and transform. And then this show blended the two. They wanted the big shapeshifting monster, so they called him Hagen, but they gave him Carlo's backstory, and then eventually we just got to a point where they started retroactively making Basil Karlo a shapeshifter as well. According to what I have read now.
Is Basil more popular of a name than Hagen?
I think it's a
man.
better name. I think the actor backstory. I like the more Spanish name. Just kind of
Mhm.
sounds cooler. I don't know, but in reality, he's a big clay monster now, so it doesn't really matter.
True. I mean, it's the same thing like as Bane, right? At least in The Dark Knight Rises, they don't. Did he have a name besides Bane?
Nope.
No. So, because if they give him a Spanish name, because that wouldn't make sense. Because he's a luchador. So I'm
Yeah,
glad
it's
it's
very different.
very different from the cartoon. Well, we'll get into Bane eventually in this series here.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that. Batman places one of the vitals supposedly causing crimson fever, but actually it's seawater above German's head and demands
That's so funny.
who. Yes.
He's still bullying people, dude.
Yes.
He's making Germs piss his pants, thinking like, I'm gonna kill you with this virus.
Virus, but it's just seawater. But he doesn't know that. He demands who's impersonating Bruce Wayne for Daggett. Germs breaks down and gives Hagen's name. But before he could reveal how Hagen's impersonated Bruce, a police officer enters and demands Batman hand over Germs. Batman asks for a second longer, but the officer attacks him with a massive clay arm, revealing himself to be Hagen and abducts Germs.
Bro, very often you ask us ridiculous questions like, would you let that happen, or would you do that, or have you ever done that? What would you do? That's my question to you. If a man walked up to you and said, "You're coming with me," and then he tore off a piece of his face and put it on your mouth.
I would I think I would faint, to be honest.
All right.
I mean, I wouldn't be like, "Oh, I'm gonna fight him." Not like
No, you can't fight him. He's a big clay monster, but he
He's a
tears
clay-
off a piece of his face and he puts it on your face. That's the point that I want you.
Yeah.
How does that make you react?
oh man, it's like what, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? It's pretty much like that, right?
I don't know if I'd
Uh,
say pretty much like that, but I'll agree with you just so we can move along.
Or like Hellraiser. I just watched that. It's kind of like that.
Oh, he has such sights to show you.
Oh God. Well, taking him to the roof of the hospital, Hagen is about to throw him off the edge, but Germs is rescued by Batman. See, Batman is a good guy. He'll save him.
Yeah.
While Hagen tries to imitate Batman, he's unable to do it fully, and instead attacks him with an array of assorted weapons, from a fork to a massive block of solid clay. Batman, horrified at first to the extent of Hagen's powers, nonetheless realizes that of his true identity. He barely saves Germs and briefly fights Hagen. Hagen gains the upper hand by transforming his hand through various weapons to attack Batman and throws him off the building almost. But the constant shape shifting, he takes a toll on Hagen's mind, forcing him to flee by jumping off. My dude yeeted the building and slithered away through the sewers when the police approached. Germs is left on the roof, and the police will catch him. Hagen, while hiding out of the, let me rephrase her. Hagen, while hiding at Teddy's house, makes his final plans to kill Daggett, much to Teddy's objections. Hagen finally snaps, lashes out Teddy, and leaves. It was just fun to see Clayface sitting on a chair. I thought that was a little goofy.
Yeah, he's a normal man, but he's not.
He's not.
Also, Teddy brought him like a whole roast turkey or something.
He didn't eat that.
Big old chicken.
How can he eat as Clayface?
He's got a mouth, Abrar.
He has a mouth, but where does it end?
Ew. It just becomes him.
I guess.
He's more poop than clay.
Oh. Bruce Wayne's suit.
Jesus.
On Summer Gleason's talk show, pretty much like the Drew Barrymore show. If you guys watched that,
no, but keep going.
Daggett is giving an interview about the property of Renew as an instant and over-counter alternative to cosmetic surgery.
Cosmetic.
Cosmetic surgery. An obese woman stands up in the audience.
Excuse her.
Yeah, excuse her, actually. Asking Daggett about rumors she heard that Renew is actually highly addictive and has harmful side effects.
Can we talk before we reveal which one of these many people might be Clayface? Can we talk about how Batman comes in a disguise, but it's just Batman wearing the full Batman suit, wearing like a hat and a jacket over it. That's amazing. Bruce is just having fun. All right.
He is having fun. He is interrogating these young guys, and he is dressing up horribly, but it's okay. We like Batman here. Daggett, sweating slightly, denies any such thing, but then the woman asks him to demonstrate what an overdose of the stuff will do, and reveals herself as Hagen, much to the audience horror.
Oh my god.
You get what you fucking deserve.
Pretty much. It's pretty much that scene. Hagen strikes and nearly kills Daggett, but Batman arrives to stop him. Daggett tries to run for it, but Batman subdues him and begins to battling Hagen, calls himself, as we mentioned, Clayface. Is there a better name than Clayface?
No.
I was thinking False Face, but that didn't work. I don't think that's
Character's been
Face.
around forever. Why are you trying to change it now?
That's true. It's like changing to Redskins to Commanders. No, I think they did that.
Well, I think there was a
There's a reason
that happened.
There's a huge reason. We won't get into that. The fight carries up.
You could have said like changing the Washington football team to the Commanders, but no, you went back to the one that there was a reason we changed it.
I apologize. Again, this is the most problematic episode we have done for the Batman the Animated
God,
Series.
I hope no one's listening.
I hope so not. But I would say people are listening to us, at least for this series. I'm getting high view counts, so they will listen. The fight carries up into the control room. Batman is no match for Clayface powers and is almost killed. But then he plugs a tape in and turns all the monitors. Clayface is dumbfounded with images of himself acting from his acting days and lose control of his body. And he starts to imitate all at once, whatever he is seeing right through the TV. During his spasm transformations, his Bruce Wayne face appears long enough for arriving police officers to see it. Crashing into a panel, he screams as electricity surges through his body and finally collapses. Hagen's face briefly assumes its real disfigured appearance, and he tells Batman that he has a spectacular death scene, but won't able to see or read the reviews.
Some of the animation in this transformation scene is amazing.
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
There's a couple ones that are like really quick. It kind of like almost like just fading between the characters, but there's particularly the first one where he goes from Clayface to monstrously transforming into what I'm gonna call the himbo Carmen Sandiego look.
Yeah.
Where like the hair shoots out and his eyes bulge and the clothes kind of like come in form around him. Like if you just kind of like pause to see small animation frames like during that part, it's every single frame is like horrific and mortifying.
They really spent time on that scene for sure.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. And then the shots of like his hands, so cool, good.
It's great, man. I can't say much of the cartoon because they could just not do that, but they took the time to animate each spot.
Someone said if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. So
you can't half-ass it. You gotta full ass it in there.
Oh yeah, they put the full clay ass in there.
Oh, the biggest one. Later, with Daggett in custody, Lucius Fox recovers and is now normal to know that. Relieved, to know that Bruce Wayne, who attacked him, was an imposter. While the charges against Wayne are dropped, later on, Batman conducts a test on a small piece of clay left behind after Hagen's body was taken away. He finds that electricity, while causing it to randomly morph, has no lethal effect on it. And alongside Clayface, cryptic description of his death scene comes to a terrible conclusion that Clayface is still alive. Method acting.
And he's a lady now.
He is.
Either that or that lady just thought of a really funny joke as she happened to be walking by. And then she has a condition where her eyes do that. So I guess we don't. I guess we don't know for sure.
We don't know for sure, but her eyes grew yellow.
She had some clay eyes.
No, she's definitely evil.
Oh yeah, well, okay.
Kind of reminds me of the Thriller music video where Michael Jackson turns around. It was his cat eyes, like that. But that was Clayface Part 1, Part 2. Are we giving this 2 thumbs up, or thumbs down?
Thumbs down. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay. You
Thumbs
almost
up.
got me.
A thumbs up. It's great episode. Great introduction. Clayface is cool, man.
He is cool.
Clayface is one of the cooler, I guess also lesser talked about Batman villains. But he's, I really enjoy him.
It might be, maybe people are not like seeing him as a villain, because he's kind of not. It can't be real as a Batman villain. Maybe that's why people don't see him as that.
What do you mean in like movies?
Like
and
there's
stuff?
like there's Joker, there's like human beings, but someone made out of clay as a Batman character doesn't really mode of a grounded villain, I guess.
I think Clayface, being a big clay monster that can shapeshift, is on the same level of Poison Ivy or even Mr. Freeze to an extent of quote unquote unbelievability not being grounded. I think they're all around the same level.
True.
Or even Man-Bat. Like a guy turned himself into a big mat. Well, this guy turned himself into a big puddle.
Okay.
And he can look like anybody.
That makes sense. Okay, you got me there. What about you, Daniel? Thumbs up, 2 thumbs ups, or thumbs down?
It's definitely a thumbs up. I think this is weirdly, despite all the conversation about like, is this the correct name for the guy? And I still kind of maintain that it's a weird choice to do what they did there.
Mm-hmm.
This is still like probably the most iconic version of Clayface. Not that he's been used a ton. I mean, I guess he's about to be used a lot more because he's getting a movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
But up until now, he hasn't been used like a ton. So not a whole lot of competition there. But I would still say this is the version of Clayface that I would imagine most people think of if you bring up Clayface.
Yeah, most likely.
So
Also, he has a tough mission in the Arkham games, because that level of him, you gotta fight him. That's a tough mission.
It's the final boss fight. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually, it is. Yeah. It's a thumbs up for me. It's a great introduction to Clayface. Do have an interesting fact for this one. You guys mind? The episode shares its title with an episode of the short-lived Birds of Prey TV series, which also featured Clayface.
I did not know Clayface was in that. I assume he's just a guy for the most part, and then sometimes he's a different guy. He's not a big clay monster, is he?
I don't know, because I have not seen it. But that is I guess I'll find out now. I'm sure it's like a few episodes there, but we'll see. That was our episodes.
Oh,
Is he there?
I just found a picture of Clayface in the Birds of Prey show.
Is it good?
Well, they did more than I gave them credit for. They did more than I was thinking they were going to, but it's not good.
Oh, is it worse than
It's literally a guy with clay on his face.
Oh.
That's literally what it is.
Let me check here. Got an email now. See, Clayface. Oh no, that's worse than Michael.
Yeah, Chiklis.
Chiklis from the thing. Is it worse than that?
Fantastic Four. Yeah, I was gonna say Michael Chiklis looks better than this.
don't make fun of Poopy Face, all right? He's been through some stuff.
He's a bit pooey. He's
Oh,
got a little poo going on.
I will
He's the
share
great
this.
and mighty Pooh.
Oh. Well, for that was episodes 16 through 20. Next time you see us, it'll be 21 to 25. Cannot wait for that. And Daniel, where can they find you, man?
You can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky at DanielJMCG, and I'll let Skyler plug the other thing.
Hey, hello. So yeah, you can find me on Blue Sky at Skyler 8-bit, and then Daniel and I also have our own podcast called Ready Set Replay. You can find that on YouTube and other things, not Apple Podcast, Spotify. That's the one. And we have a Twitter for that as well called Ready Set. It's RSR_pod on Twitter. God,
Yes, guys.
Don't let me plug that anymore. I'm bad at it.
Well, that was That was great. Follow these guys, RSR. And of course, you can follow this podcast where you're listening to Spotify. I'm on Apple Podcasts. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. Follow me there at Brownboywonders Podcast. I believe I'm on X at BB Wonders Pod.
Thank goodness.
I have to. Man, I think I saved myself there.
Oh, thank God it's not BBW Wonders.
Yeah,
You're gonna get some followers you do not want.
I look again. This episode is very explicit. Maybe I will get those followers.
Ooh,
Maybe he does want.
maybe we do want those followers.
Maybe, And to that, I'll see you guys later.